right? I'm telling you right now, the rising action of this arc is happening probably in this episode. We've spent
Is not a
13
scratch a
episodes
shonen?
on a train and in a mountain for who knows what reason.
We started
Only
the
for
arc on a
now.
train?
Did we start the arc on the train? We were in a train at some point.
Was that this arc or last arc?
That was this arc. I remember that.
Oh my god. I was gonna say that
Yeah,
feels
'cause
like forever ago, but it's
yeah, we
because
started.
we
We
recorded
started.
that like forever ago.
Very true. We started this arc by saying, "Manaphy, go grow up."
That was the start of this arc?
The start of this arc was you guys coming back from that.
Have we been recording arc 7 for over a year?
I can tell you. Hold up.
Not over. Wait.
Over a year.
Yeah.
Episode 1 of arc 7 was February 3rd of last year.
Oops.
We really suck at this.
Yes.
I mean, I disappeared into the ether
We
for a
all
while.
no, we
My
all-
brain
we
literally just
all
didn't exist.
we all disappeared, but at staggered times. We didn't
We all
all
dis-
we didn't all coordinate our disappearances.
Right.
my brain was removed from the time stream.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes that Scratch is an overpowered move. I am your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Andrew himself, and with me here doing surprisingly well in their final report.
It's me, Mohammed. You really would have thought that I don't know anything considering amount of time and amount of yapping and amount of scatterbrained and amount of but here we are, actually doing pretty well. And over across the table from me, sitting at like 10:30 this time, off to my left, it's kind of off-putting. They switched places with Honorud, it's really weird. Is someone who likes the smell of specifically Staples brand dry erase markers.
Yes. You can smell the remaining remnants of those buttons. You know? That was
easy. Honorud, I don't know if those came through at the same time, but in post, can you sync those up?
They were pretty close.
Oh yeah, I'm Daisy. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. A weekly series that releases every other time frame but weekly.
It's a
I'm gonna be
bi-weekly
honest,
show now.
It is a bi-weekly show now. I would like it to go back to weekly, but
Arcade.
Yeah, maybe. Which is very fun. Sorry, Daisy, when you were saying like when you were talking about smells, the only thing, because of the brain rot in my head, the only thing I can think of was The Rock's catchphrase of "If you smell what The Rock is cooking," music blares in because I've been listening to a lot of theme songs.
Well, if eagle-eared listeners will realize that I said you can hear the smell
You can hear the smell.
of
Yeah.
those buttons.
That is the smell.
The smell lets you hear the words.
Please tell me there's something. Oh no, I have to upload it to it. I was really hoping that there'd be multiple like Zencaster noises, and I was hoping there'd be a default like glass shatter noise that I just throw in there randomly. It's like, oh, Stone Cold. Sorry. I promise. Sometime in 2027, the wrestling thing that I was talking about in 2024 will exist. But speaking of wrestling, actually, that's a fun fact. That's where Mansoor is right now in his quest to return back with the new rule. He's decided to take part in wrestling. He's trying to determine which promotion to go through, right? Because there's of course WWE, there's AEW, there's like New Japan, there's Lucha Underground, there's a new Canadian one that started the other day. He's trying to determine what his options are.
I really would have thought he'd be more of like, the local semi-pro scene, but here we are.
He's going right. I think he's rising straight to the top. The rule is that big. It's that important.
That's
Leverage. And we shout out Mansoor as well. Speaking of shout outs, I'm going to shout out the person that can give the summary for this episode. They'll get a cool shout out. Because, of course, as we all know, shout outs are equivalent compensation to actual cash, right? Yeah. Pay your artists with shout outs. This is a joke. Do not do that. Pay them with actual cash, especially in these times.
Did we do anything last episode?
Yeah.
We did?
I got Daisy mad last episode. That's what we did.
I didn't get mad.
Sorry. I got
Oh.
Rose mad last episode.
Right. Well,
I got Daisy mildly
okay.
amused, I think.
we didn't do anything. We just settled on a course of action. And
We
by settled on-
learned a lot.
And by settled on a course of action, I mean we're kind of, depending on how you looked on it, either informed, reminded, or coerced into a course of action.
Yeah.
I think last episode, like in terms of like real time in the story, was like what, 2 hours?
If that, yeah.
Because
Honestly, probably less.
we started after our time skip and we described our time skip,
Well,
Yeah,
from
yeah.
like our
From
time
when we
skip
were-
from solo episodes. Yeah,
I think we said we jumped a few days, but
yeah. That's that. When I say time
last
skip, I just mean
episode
a
probably
few
was
days.
actually like 30 minutes of real time, maybe.
I think we had breakfast. And then,
30
and
minutes?
then walked outside. I think that's at least an hour.
I think we had breakfast. Yeah. Sure.
Anyways, we're on the way to Tenebris now, or we have decided to change course and have we notified team? I think we've notified team.
You have not. Wait, which team?
That's a great question. I don't
The
know.
big team.
Big team. You have notified.
We have notified big team. Oh right, and Kyle asked for paperwork. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's all, and that's it.
All right,
we-
where's the train?
You can see there. So in my notes here, way back when Tippy Tap was introduced, and I wrote down my notes. Tippy Tap is a curly of in Rose's solo episode. Is that what like the first one?
Tippy Taps
Um,
was not actually in my episode, though.
Right. It was a reference to a character.
It was a
Um,
reference to somebody who thought that the painting of Meloetta reminded them of Tippy Taps.
Yes, and I spelled Meloetta the way it is in chat.
I was wondering why I was looking at like either a typo or a really bad pun on my screen right now.
Nope, it's just straight up. I think I was rushing and I just spelled it phonetically.
You spelled it with more letters. Like that took that took you more effort to write
Probably.
or type than the actual spelling of Meloetta.
Probably.
Yeah, it
Meloetta,
wouldn't
by
make
the way.
sense unless
yeah.
they were a water type. Then they'd be
Weta.
getting Meloetta.
Weta. And for folks at home, it is spelled Mellowetta, which is very not mellow.
Or
I
they
mean,
really
I think
enjoy
you only added
wheat-based
2 letters.
cereals.
I have no idea how to actually spell Mellowetta. I think that's what I've learned.
It's Meloetta.
So what do I have?
You have an
One
extra
extra
L and an extra and a W.
And, all right, gotcha. All right, that's not too bad.
It's THEGOAT.
Indeed.
Yes. Yeah.
You can,
so that's what
you can
happened.
hear how long it took me in uttering.
I'm just
You
going-
can hear the pauses in between my letters to
I'm
make
just going
sure that
T.
it's spelling.
H-E. Wait a minute.
Tom Brady.
Yes. Okay, now I'm fully lost. All right. Great. Anyway, that's a summary of the last episode. You can check that out. Up, down, left, right, depends on how your podcast player works. Is there anything else we want to add in there? Basically, it's kind of resettling, reestablishing. Where are you guys going?
I said it earlier.
Did you say the city name, or did you just because?
Oh no, I said the place. I said the big place name. I didn't say the little place name. Because
Okay,
I don't
cool.
Remember the little place name because
Gotcha.
it's not labeled on my map,
Not
or
a
maybe
problem.
it is. I don't know.
Did we,
Probably
did
not.
we
I don't
talk
have
about
my
a little place name?
I don't think
Well,
we did.
I thought we
All right.
ended on a cliffhanger.
Did
Well,
we? I don't think we did.
If we did, we can figure that out by diving on in.
Oh, yeah.
Splash. Where are you guys going?
Now we're Meloetta.
We had established like the route, right? We'd established like the nearest big city that we could get to.
Oh, yeah. There was something about some city above the S in Tenebris.
Yeah.
There's something about.
And
And
I
I-
think the orange dot is a train. So I think
Uh,
we could go to
yes.
New Shimmer and then take the train.
It was either New Shimmer or Thunder Tree was like where we needed to go from.
Yeah.
Correct. Okay, so I'm gonna do this for you because this will help.
Train day, train.
We're not. Well, I mean, good, but all right. I'm gonna do this real quick. We're gonna go whoop, boop.
Also,
scoop.
Kyle still needs his paperwork.
Correct.
Should have just asked Titan to do it.
Actually, so does Rose. Well, Kyle needs the paperwork from Titan, or Kyle needs the paperwork to tell Titan to fill out.
All right. Let's go here. Let's go here. I'm gonna send this to you guys. This is the map that you're looking at. You can also use that little ruler thing there. You can ignore the. There's a couple of like number 1 stuff. You can ignore that stuff. You'll see it when you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, because I have Discord up on my vertical monitor, Oh wait, no, they changed the UI? What? Oh my god, they added an image viewer to Discord. Oh my god, this is amazing. Wait, this is so cool.
I'll take your word for it.
No, because
So-
you know how before when someone sorry, tangent. You know how before when someone sends an image in Discord, like all it would do is just pull up like the image in like a filled view, and your only option was like in the bottom right. You could say you could open it in a browser to like actually view the image.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, now there's like a proper image viewer. You can zoom, you can pan around, you can forward the image, you can download
Oh, that's
it.
good. You can zoom because a lot of things here are very tiny writing.
Yeah, you can copy the image, copy the link to the image, you can view details. Cool.
I will say the yellow dot on the place we're going has been perfectly placed to still prevent us from knowing the name.
Oh yeah,
it's-
naturally.
It's Baneville is what it's called.
Oh, right. Yeah.
One of the few cities that have been named currently.
Right.
So yes, straight away there is from New Shimmer to Baneville is 66 units. That is not the train route. That is the walking route.
We can make it to train route.
You can make it a train. Well, the giant dotted line that connects those two would be the train route. Obviously, that's a bit longer because you're just basically going around.
Honored, what does that junction on those train tracks look like? How big is it?
Like underneath the X.
Yeah, like
It's a right turn. It's a straight up right turn. This train is pulling a hard. This train, whoever's conducted that train, has years of experience because they take that steering wheel and just shove it.
and this is taken at full speed, at half speed, at very.
Don't be
crawly
ridiculous.
speed?
Don't be. We may be nuts here, but we have some rules and regulations.
The steering wheel.
5
of the
miles
train,
below the speed limit.
Nice.
The steering wheel of the train that only is used for this turn.
Oh yeah, no, of course. Because otherwise, you don't steer a train. It just goes in a straight line, and if the tracks go out from under it, then whoops, sorry.
That's the new tracks. Trains these days
Tracks.
actually have their own tracks. So like if they're off road, they just chuck them in front.
Wait.
That's what I'm saying. Let's make
They-
our own
they-
train from New
Wait,
Shimmer.
I have
They do
such
the-
a clear, I have such a clear clip in my head, and I don't know where it's from. Of like an arm on a train laying down tracks in front of it as it moves, and I don't
know
know
what you're
what that. I don't know what that visual's from.
I know what you're talking about at least.
No, I hate this. I can see it in my mind's eye, but I have no idea what it's from. No, I need. Okay. Now I'm curious. No. This looks like Wallace and Gromit, but I don't think this is it.
I've got like old school Looney Tune style in my head.
Yeah, no, like that's exactly like the style of animation I'm thinking of, but it's not coming up for me when I Google. Can someone please, if you are in the Not a Scratch Discord server, my DMs are open to you. Can you please send me this clip? Thank you.
Where were we? Oh yes. So yeah. You can change your mind now. We have done that before, where at the end of one episode we have an idea and then immediately change it on the next episode. We call it retconning, or I changed my mind.
Honorud, we've already forgotten about going to this place and doing the thing once. We're not forgetting again.
All
No,
right,
that-
no more Tenebris. Let's go back up the mountain.
Well, to be fair, that time it was an executive decision by Rose to be like, you know what, Magician Thief, screw you. We're doing every idea but yours. So, that
Now
time
we're
was
doing the Magician Thief's idea out of spite.
Yeah. I like how Rose's philosophy is, I don't care what it is, I refuse to agree with the Magician Thief on the grounds of them having a good idea. It will be any other reason.
I have no idea if it's a good idea or not. I don't know
Um,
what's going on.
Yes,
Honorud-
so
Honorud, we
yes.
can time skip to where the paperwork is done and we're hopping on a drift blimp.
Well, about that.
Huh?
I gotta walk.
So, to get this, you need to go meet with Titan, right? So let's walk into the room. Rose, are you going with Kyle in this case?
Sure.
Okay. So Kyle, you walk in to the room where Titan is doing their Titan thing. Loads of paperwork. They look the happiest they've ever been in the week and a half that you've seen them.
Which
been more than
is
that.
which is a very stern face, but like there is a very slight upturn at the corner of their eye.
Yes.
Just
You-
one eye. That is the most enjoyment that you will ever see on this Titan's face.
The other eye is squinting at this paperwork, which is written in like size -1 font.
Just the way Titan likes it. You could fit
Absolutely.
more words on the page.
Yep, it's me when I'm writing an essay. It says 3 pages. Look, kids that are watching this, when you're young, 500 words feels like a lot. When you're in college, 500 words is way too little.
This
That's
is
what
true.
I've learned
Can
from
confirm.
writing essay. So anyway, Titan's going through all this paperwork, walking through. I don't know if I've described his office before, but his is the most office-like of the offices. Still icy and all that sort of stuff, which is kind of the vibe that is given off here by insert guild here, because I can't remember their names.
The Frost Riders.
Thank you very much. The Frost Riders Guild, kind of given that sort of a frozen vibe here. But the office itself is very organized. There are cabinets and desks and everything like that. Paperwork is nice and organized. And Titan's going through some things. He's kind of jotting things down. However, a Titan would take a pencil and write it. Just humor me here.
With its arm, duh.
But it's T-Rex-like, right? It's very tiny arms.
Okay, your point.
Also, no fingers.
It can wrap its flipper around the pencil. Duh.
Sure. Somehow this is extremely neat handwriting. Anyway, Titan's going through this, kind of raises his eyebrows as you knock on the door and walk on in. Hello? How can I help you? This is not your voice, but I'm very out of it.
Honorud, I refuse to have Kyle respond until you find Titan's voice.
Sort of slow and tired. Give me a moment here. All right. Something along this line. How can I help you?
I don't think this was Daisy. Was this it? I don't think this was it. I thought it was.
I'm
deeper.
sick.
Okay.
I got the heat.
Close enough.
All right. Fine. You win. You win this time. Honorud's immune system.
Oh no, not me. It's Titan's sick. That's...
Oh.
Also,
You-
I've got 162 characters on this sheet, many of which have the exact same voice. So we're not.
Well,
Gonna...
yes, but I feel like Titan had a more distinct. Anyways, yeah. Excuse me, do you have I think Adam has some paperwork he sent your way about
Oh.
my exchange program.
Interesting. All right. How have you enjoyed your time here? I hope. I've heard you've been bouncing from guild to guild, so I hope that some extended time here has at least been nice.
Kyle very aggressively
Proper.
nods.
Have you refilled your coffers, for example? That's-
Kyle mimes taking a coin purse out of his pocket and just the purse weighing his hand down.
That reminds me, Rose, you worked here.
Yeah.
You should get paid for that. I feel like.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So let's see. What's a good salary?
Are we? I thought we were just gonna play the game with the dice.
Well, yeah, but like, I want to have a some.
You need to
sort
know
of
the
number here.
range.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Guild are probably pretty proper. We'll go meal wise. Let's see. What do you usually? Golly, it's expensive. It's about a week, so we'll go there. We'll see a couple days. You did mountain climbing a lot, so maybe we'll cut down on the meal here and there. Roll me a. It's a good dice to roll here.
A D2000.
Roll me a D6.
All right.
Close enough.
5.
All right,
That's
so
that's a good roll.
we'll add 2 to this, so
That's one less than the most.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This economy is completely out of whack, is what I'm learning. See, I could have made this based off of like a real currency, but no, I want to be like the games, and the games don't have a good economy either. 700.
All right.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Sounds good to me.
Ignore the fact that logistically speaking, this means that you got paid every day equivalent to 1 meal, and we'll just pretend logic makes sense there. Room and board, or I don't know. You don't spend money anyway. Somehow Pokemon can exist like weeks without. You need to sleep, and that somehow restores belly. Okay, so we'll just set aside the economy aspect of it, and
Don't worry about it.
The Outcast region actually has incredible social services that cover the entire continent, so that you don't have to worry about going hungry.
See, that's great and all, but now the GM in me is like, all right, let's establish the NHS for the Outcast region. Let's figure it out.
I mean, I am a baker.
You just actually, the other thing about it, yeah, you're effectively just healing yourself here every now and then, just by like, all right, I'll take 1 cookie for myself, I'll take 1 muffin for myself, I'll take these for myself. Roll from there. Anywho, Adam's paperwork is here. Titan fills it out. It's all good.
Kyle doesn't even know if he's being transferred, where he's being transferred, if he's just being given leave. Kyle has no idea what this paperwork says.
Yep. Does this work? Shoot, this doesn't work. Oh, well, doesn't matter. All right. I have said that before. All right. It hands you the paperwork here, which is basically an all expense paid pass, whatever you want to call it, to use Drifloon surfaces to go wherever you would like to go. The paperwork says he wants to head home, see his family. You don't have to listen to the paperwork.
Oh, okay, so Kyle is just being given a little bit of leave from the Guild Exchange program. Does it say
Correct.
where he's supposed to report to after?
Great question. I think for simplicity's sake, because I don't know where you will be, and neither do you, it says report to a guild. Just report to a guild. You can choose which one you'd like to go to. The thing about it is, though, that there is a time date that they want you back by.
Oh, naturally.
Today is a date that I can't find because this paperwork is too much. Today, as of what I've got here, is September 9th, which is a Friday morning. It is expecting you to be back in 2 weeks. You have to report to a guild in 2 weeks, which is 23rd.
That's a pretty tight window, but sure. So, Friday the 22nd or Saturday the 23rd?
What plus 14 days? What would that be? 9. I can't do this.
Wait. Hold on. Am I dumb? Do I not know how calendars work?
Yeah, the 23rd. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the 23rd is a Friday. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were expected back. I'm gonna jot this down for myself because I will forget. Kyle is expected to be at a guild by September 23rd. That's the most that Adam can get you without like
Blowing
extraneous
the cover.
cause. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that gives us flexibility to go either to desert or to mountain, depending on what we have and what we don't have. 'Cause
Correct.
We don't need to be back at mountain until we have orb.
Yes.
Or gem, which we have everything we need to make gem
Oh, this mountain. Yes.
outside. We have everything we need to make gem outside of, the things to make gem teleport.
Correct. Presume. Also included in this is a pass for both of you to use Drifloon services for free, one way, because you're going home, and then from home there's a guild next door. From their logic,
But it's unlimited one. No, I thought it was unlimited one-way
So
trips.
we could go straight to Baneville, right?
you cannot. You can use Drifloon services to head back to a location that you have been before.
But I
I'm being a
haven't
little
been
flexible.
anywhere.
I'm being a little flexible here and saying that Kyle knows where to go. I'm being flexible here, saying Kyle can lead you wherever you want to go. Drifloon passes is not free. I don't know if I suggested it was in the past. It is not free.
I was under the impression that it was free because Kyle and Sandoran were the ones who kind of enabled the business to get off the ground in the first place. And
Hey, go talk to Drifloon about that, okay?
Wow. Okay, so people show Sandoran. I thought this was like an old buddy of Sandoran's, and Sandoran gets showed no loyalty. That's
Sandoran might get shown loyalty. You're not Sandoran.
Kyle, any friend of Sandoran's is a friend of any friend of Sandoran's is a friend of Drifloon. I forget the.
Look, I
actual
can't have you
Drifloon
spamming
name.
it.
It was PT something. I forget. It wasn't PT Drifloon, but it was a pun on that name.
It was
And me
Fog was the name.
Yes, and that me remembering that should be enough for Kyle to get free Drifloon rights.
No. What?
Come on.
Look,
I
okay,
never remember anything.
great. So I've been going through trying to figure out how the system actually works. Here is my philosophy about it. PC fog. There you go. I don't know if
Yeah.
you said PT, but yeah, you
Same
got one letter
difference.
right. Way to go.
I remembered the origin of the name. Does
All
that
right, sure.
not count for anything?
Not today. So, here's the logic behind how these Driftlums are going to work. This is what I'm going to say right now. It is Red Book codified, so I can't erase it even though it's written in pencil. The way that it works, you buy the ticket. The ticket allows you to go to any location. The idea about it is that regardless of how far away the thing is, it takes 24 hours to get there. So, use that wisely. Obviously, great when you're going from one side of the country to the other. Probably not as useful if you can, if you're going next door.
I think it's incredibly funny. I think we should absolutely take a Driftlim from Thunder Tree City to what is it, New Birch City?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think even though it's like a 3-hour train ride, I think we should take a Driftlim.
Hey, you can do what you wish. I mean, you've got the days to work with. But regardless, what was the point I was making previously? Actually,
Something about 24 hours, and then
8 to 10
yeah,
minutes.
I'll just start with that. So Driftloom tickets, the way they work, anywhere you want to go, you have it'll take 24 hours to get there. So use wisely. Make sure you're not traveling next door because that would take some time, and they cost money, but this time you don't have to pay it. Anything else that's important? They're generally you can only travel back to where you have been before for the pair of you. Since it's the pair of you, it's effectively wherever Kyle's been, unless we go through some backstory where Daisy's somehow been to like Timbuktu, in which case, sure, travel there. Generally major cities. As time goes on, it'll expand. For now, though, it's any major city, which I will
any place with a name.
more or less, yeah. I unless there's a reason I can think of that you can't go there. For now, it's any city that you have a name for.
Okie dokie. Anything else Titan gives us or asks us or tells us?
Does Titan tell you anything else? That is a good question. Let me roll some dice. Does Titan care about what I'm about to say?
I can't wait for the Magician Thief to just materialize in our hot air balloon basket. It's gonna be great.
She pops up. Hey guys, great idea. Wonder who could have thunk of it. I think at that point Rose will just jump out of the hot air. With the 6, Titan has nothing to say. Just job well done. Hope you do well. Arrivederci.
The Magician Thief is Drift.
Magician Thief is Titan.
Oh gosh.
Kyle will just snap off a salute and then pick up his bag that presumably went on the floor when he was miming the money being heavy, and
I just heard a loud thud.
make his merry way. Well, no, you didn't hear a loud thud because he was miming it.
We imagine Mr. Mime here. It's a loud thud.
Mr. Mime hears a loud thud is crazy.
And away you go, I presume, unless you've got any reason to stick around.
No, let's go.
Sorry, I'm putting all these extra dice away, which I don't know why I'm doing that because I feel like I'm gonna need them. Great. All right. So you guys head off in search of Driftlim's factory, of the ferry. That's what I call it. Which is odd because not a ship, but all right.
It's
You head over to.
a ferry is something that shuttles people through a liquid, or not through a liquid, through a fluid. Air is a fluid.
Air is not a fluid.
Air is a fluid.
Yo, you're right. Air is a fluid.
Air is a fluid.
Strike that. Every time, anytime a Driftloom has to travel, they gotta use a rain dance, which I don't think they can learn. But
No, Driftloom has to be able to learn Rain Dance. Everyone gets Rain Dance.
they do get rain dance
Yeah.
as a TM. But yeah.
Yeah. Everyone gets Rain Dance, bro.
All right. So every Driftloom in the world that is part of the service has to use rain dance to then travel through a liquid.
Wait a minute. Oh my god! I just had an incredibly funny VGC idea. Unburdened Driftloom Rain Dance next to Miraidon Choice Specs Thunder.
Oh, that's fun.
It's objectively worse than just normal Specs Miraidon Electrodrift, but it's funny.
All right. But yeah, you guys head over to the ferry. There's a Drifblim there. The pass is taken. The travel is on. It's not actually this. They just all Shadow Force or some sort of move like that, where they just kind of disappear into the darkness and then reappear. Last call, just to confirm. Where are you headed?
What's it called?
New Shimmer?
Yes, New Shimmer. Why do we have two new cities next to each other with no other city in between?
We have a lot of. Wait, what?
Right, I know. Only one city can be new at a time.
Yeah, because we have
What's the
New
other
Shimmer
new
City and New Birch City.
One of
Birch
them's
is
got to be
nowhere near.
old.
But there's no major city between New Birch City and New Shimmer City.
Where is New Birch City?
It's in Natura.
Oh, there you are. New Birch is not a major city.
Oh, isn't it the one with, like, the baseball team?
Yeah, but it's like the Green Bay Packers having a team. No, you know what?
Okay.
Strike that. It's like the Oakland Athletics. There's discussions of them moving.
Whoa. Put some respect on the town, okay? Put some respect on Oakland.
I am. The owners are not. They've moved. So. No, but it's like the Athletics. They got some good teams at some time periods. They haven't won.
It's still a big city.
Oakland's a big city, sure.
Yeah. So what
In the
I'm
grand
saying is there's two big
It's not big
cities.
enough.
Arun,
not New York.
we've established major city is just anything with a name, and we have two named
that's-
cities named
okay.
New next to each other.
All right.
So,
There's
New
no-
Shimmer City. We
Well, we
step
got
off the Drifblim.
We got New Ventus. We got
Yeah,
I
but
think
like
it's the only
there's other things in between, right? I'm like
yeah. There's
I'm
other
thinking-
things in between.
I'm thinking of the map, and I'm just thinking of a bunch of dots, right? And like I'm not thinking of where the dots are. I'm just thinking of the dots in some order, right? And the fact
Sure.
that the two dots next to each other are both new is confusing to me.
There's like
I
don't know
need
if you
a
went-
major city in between them to break it up.
Yeah, well, there's like Elmville, which I don't think you visited. There's a bunch of Sun cities here.
There's AC and DC.
There's AC and DC. You were there at some point.
Huh?
Yeah, you split up with Ralph at that time.
In
Oh.
Lux, there's cities AC, DC.
I think that was the joke we made then as well. I can't remember. That was 3 years ago.
More.
Which, 5.
Holy smokes, this show is old. Anyway, so 24 hours later, it is now Saturday, September 10th.
Oh, we don't have anyone visit us in the basket?
Not this time.
Oh.
It is Saturday, September 10th, 8 a.m. on the nose. Poof, whoosh, and welcome back to New Shimmer City. Rose, for you, this is new. Kyle, for you, the last time you were here, Hoopa took over a Zoroark and kicked you into a portal that sent you into an ice world. So maybe not the best memories.
No, but
But-
before that we had a fun fight.
Yeah, before that was a really cool fight.
Oh wait, yeah, hold on, sorry, I just remembered why I was angry at the end of that. Because we won, and then you said, no you didn't.
Seems legit. Sounds like a me thing to do.
No, like we literally like, we were
Well, no,
wailing,
you beat
we
Zoroark.
we were wailing on the Zoroark so hard, and it was unconscious, but then it was like, or it was about to be unconscious, and then you were like, nope, battle over. Like literally we had this thing in the red, and you were
I think
like,
so.
yeah, okay, battle's over now.
Well,
You win,
Hoopa
but
went
you don't win.
Hoopa went possession mode and was like, how about I fight this? Not now. Snap fingers, disappear.
Yeah, no, like it was dumb. Now I'm mad again. Kyle's not, but Hobbit's mad.
Poof. Here you are in New Shimmer City. Welcome back. How you doing? Hope all is well.
Okay, wait. Important clarification.
Yes.
So, is the Drifblim flying or phantom forcing? Like, are we materializing out of the ground or are we landing from the air?
Materializing out of the ground.
That's
Where?
terrifying.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where are we doing this?
Oh, the Drifblim center location for each town. So,
Oh, okay. So this is like established. Like people, like there is like a building where people just kind of appear out of, and it's like,
yeah.
this is normal.
No, we're not doing like airplanes appear in front of your house type of thing. It's,
No, I thought just like in the middle of like the town square, just whoop.
it's a young child that's just walking by. Poof, ghost appears. But no, yeah, inside their own
It would be
separate
incredible.
location.
It would be incredibly funny if we were being transported by a Drifloon instead. But
No, the Drifloons are in training.
yeah, by snatching up, I mean transporting the kids.
Yeah, and you're a child, so if you held onto those ropes, you would not come back.
Joy. Anyway, welcome to New Shimmer City, where things are shining bright. All is cool, all is well there. From here, though, you have some options. You can travel by foot, which is the 66 unit thing, which figure out how long that is. Or you can travel
5
by
days-ish.
alternative commute, which is likely a train, because we can't think of anything else creative here.
How long would the train take?
Let's find out.
Can we find some Machamps that will run real fast, that can carry
You
us?
want a Pokemon that would run fast, and your
Or-
instinct was Machamp?
Or I don't know, like a literal cheetah.
Can we just get a real
Wait,
cheetah?
wait, hold on. While Otterud figures out the train stuff, we don't have a cheetah Pokemon.
I mean, there's a leopard Pokemon.
There's a bunch of leopards. There's a bunch of cats, like a bunch of big cats. But there are no cheetahs. I don't think there's a cheetah. I don't think there's a jaguar. I don't think
The Jaguar is waiting for the Indian region that I
or
insist
South
on happening,
or South American.
or South American.
Um,
I have
But
a
yeah,
little
like,
bit more connection
we
to
do-
the Indian one personally, but
we don't have like yeah, but also like we've gotten Pokemon inspired by animals from like parts of the world that don't have a region. You know, like
I'm just praying.
we've gotten
Gen
tortoises,
10
but we haven't had a Galapagos.
Gen 10 is India, DLC is Sri Lanka. It just works.
I would love to see it.
It just works, man.
There's no cheetah Pokemon because everyone plays the game fairly.
That's cute.
All right. So I've got your train distance at 109.
Which means how long would the train take?
That's a great question that I would.
And how expensive would the train be?
It would take
That-
109.
Do.
Because what are Kyle and Rose's walking speeds?
Not good.
No, they're good enough, right? What's Rose's? Because Rose is slower of the two.
13.
Yeah, 66 divided by 13, that's like a little over 5 days.
It would be 3.5. It's a little bit more than 3. It's like 3.63 days.
Okay, so we'd be saving a day and a half by walking on foot, and how expensive is this train? Because the answer is going to be too expensive.
Probably. Each ticket is 436.
Yeah, that's not worth it. We're walking. Why would we, Otterud, why would we take that transport in this situation?
Another train arc?
Another
mean-
walking arc, another camping arc. Last time we went on foot between two named locations, we got the blank or the alternative blank mission, and we got
the berries.
and we got Dr. Berry's Berry. We got Dr. Berry's Berry. I could have sworn I've dropped a berry at some point.
Berry Blaster.
Dr. Berry.
Dr. Professor Berry Berries, Berry Pot.
Berry Planter.
Berry Planter.
Wait, Dr. Berry's
Professor
Berry.
Berry.
Dr. Professor Berry's Berry. I could have sworn
Berry Blaster.
because I know I've been saying over the past couple episodes, I've been saying Dr. Berry's Berry Planter, but I could have sworn I had one or two other berries in there, and it made grammatical sense.
But
Dr.
Right.
Professor Berry Planter? Was that it? But I can't think of what the two different berries are.
when we go on a train, we get G Mini, Sierra Mist, and Mr. Pringle.
Decisions.
I'll let you decide.
Kyle's
do this.
Kyle's vote is to take to take the road less traveled. Also, I forget if did I add Kyle's money to the sheet? I don't know if I did.
You did last episode. What are you at now?
I thought I should be at 2,000. Am I only at 1,000?
I'm pretty sure you added it in the last episode.
Maybe I didn't.
Let's walk, because if we say it enough, maybe we'll meet another recruit who is a Cyclizar or Maridon.
Right. Let's ignore the fact that
Sure.
Maridon is, a legendary.
Not a legendary, just old or new Cyclizar.
Wait, shoot, you're right. They're just Paradox versions of Cyclizar, you're right.
Haha.
Wait, no, we established the Paradoxes are also legendary.
Yeah, we've established basically anything special. Arcanine's a
Also-
legendary.
also,
They're
I-
just
also-
a recruit in this universe.
Yep. Also, I don't know if we've established whether or not Paradoxes actually exist in the Outcast or in the Not a Scratch universe at all.
I'm gonna save some time there. Had Paradox Pokemon existed when you guys went back to the past, they would have shown up there.
Would it have?
No.
They would have.
When-
That's how
when-
I
when-
have
when
currently
was-
described.
When was Arc 4 released?
Prior to Paldea, because I think during that arc we
Oh,
were
yeah.
complaining about me not playing Sword and Shield when Scarlet and Violet was coming out.
Yes, and importantly, did we see any Pokemon in the past that have gotten a Paradox form?
I pray to all the gods that the answer is no.
I'm fairly certain the answer is no.
Here's the answer from the one who was originally writing the script.
Oh shoot, you're right. My bad.
Paradox Pokemon are just alternate universe Pokemon. And if we go into an alternate universe of the Not a Scratch verse, then every one of them is a Paradox Pokemon. So we have to create Paradox for everything.
I'm on board. Also, if we step into an alternate universe, because we stepped into alternate timeline, but in the same parallel universe. But if we step into alternate universe, is everyone else the Paradox Pokemon, or are Kyle and Rose the Paradox Pokemon?
Who knows? This is how we get Maridon.
So Scarlet and
Also-
Violet hadn't even released at that point.
Yeah. Also, we've established, because Maridon and Koraidon are counted among the box art legendaries, they're not counted among the Paradox Pokemon, but they are Paradox Pokemon canonically. So,
This is what happens when we get the last Gimmighoul coin.
do they are Koraidon and Maridon part of the legendary group, the legendary council? Were they at the meeting?
They were at
Or-
the meeting. Or
they
they would
were-
have theoretically been at the meeting. I don't know if they actually were at the meeting.
Maridon is, Koraidon's not.
Hey, excuse you. Put some respect on the winged king, okay?
Well, that's how we can get Koraidon as our buddy.
Oh shoot, you're right. Let me shut up.
They
Oh,
theoretically.
I can't wait for shiny Koraidon to be obtainable. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
So-
we gotta keep going. We gotta continue.
They are legendaries. They would have. They are eligible to go to the meeting. I don't know if they attended or not. Go talk to their secretaries.
I was added to the team to push the story forward. Let's go.
That's the case there. I don't know if we brought up any other side tangents that need to be solved, but you guys are
We're-
walking. It's
We're walking
Yeah, we're walking.
cool. Anything you want to buy here in New Shimmer while you're here?
a motorcycle.
Guys, this is not a night recording. We cannot be this nuts.
Outerroot, how much sleep did you get last night?
Not a lot.
It's functionally a night recording.
So I do buy a very tasty sandwich, but then we do start walking.
Okay.
Okay, no, but now you said that, so now Outerroot has to calculate the price of the sandwich.
6,000.
I mean, I'll spend $1,000 on a sandwich if we can get correct.
Do we get the Pokemon that comes with it? All right.
It's the Happy Meal toy.
The Happy Meal toy is a whole box art legendary.
Oh boy. All right. Okay,
I do want to buy a sandwich.
sure. It's negligible cash. Who are you?
What?
Sorry, I just found.
Daisy, you wonder why I go on tangents. It's to give Outerroot the time to look through his notes and make sure he's all good. Because now we end up with just little side things like this, where Outerroot has discovered a character that he created 3 years ago that exists in the city.
I don't understand. I made the equivalent of Dr. Berry, etc. Like a year before the guy was made.
Wait, there's another Dr. Berry out there.
You're welcome.
Where would you?
Did you really make Dr. Professor Berry Berry?
There is a berry man and a berry woman, I guess, who are trying to create Ultra Berry, whatever that was supposed to mean, and they're in the ice world.
Wait, that's so good.
Wait, so that means that only have multiple berry etc. people. I
Well, the
had
quest-
somehow created this back when Ralph was a main character on the show, and we just didn't do anything with it. Only
Because
for
we never met them.
I guess. Why would I write it down though?
Because you were filling out all the people in the Ice World Village, but we never met most of the people in the Ice World Village.
The devil is going on. Okay, all right. Calm down. All right, all's good.
So it's
Pretty
5
good.
days later, and we're in Baneville.
No, you gotta travel there.
Aww.
So, away you guys go. With that said, it's time to do some walking. So, it is currently 8 in the morning. I assume you're gonna travel as much as you need to. Which is how far would you guys get with that? That's based on speed.
It's 66 units. Our slowest speed is 13. It's gonna take us 5 days and then like a couple hours. So we're gonna make healthy pace.
Cool.
We're not gonna rush.
What was the speed again? Sorry, it is
13.
13. All right. Do you want to head towards the city? There is a city that is unnamed currently that is relatively close to where you are. After 13 units of travel,
We're gonna walk in a straight line.
that almost gets there.
Otterud, I don't think you understand. If the city is not overlapping with the straight line, we are walking in a straight line.
We will camp outside the gates.
I mean, it is the equivalent of I'm missing the city by my next door neighbor type of distance. So
Yes.
sure, why not? If you feel like it, I guess I'll just do the city thing outside the city for some reason.
Rose will go into the city.
We don't have a name for
Fine.
this city. I'm gonna leave it to our name expert here.
Let's
note
see.
that you are in Lux, which
Yes.
is light, and that's kind of been the vibe for everything here. Half the cities are named based on electricity, the other half are based on like sunlight.
Black hole.
Sure,
No.
don't leave that for the dark one, the darkness region or anything like that. Let's put that in the light one. Why not?
Let's
Not-
just call it Photons.
It's on that feels like a real name. Sure.
I mean, yeah.
Photon City. It's a small city, but it's a city nevertheless. You can stay outside, you can stay inside, up to you. I know Muhammad's straight line theory goes against this.
We'll stay in the city. It's fine.
Okie doke. That means hotel prices. Hotel prices.
And this is why I wanted to camp outside.
Hee 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 hee.
But remember last time we were in a hotel, a certain wheel showed up.
No, the wheel only showed up because the Rotom was with us.
No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Oh no,
No, you
wait.
bumped, I think you bumped into them. But...
Wait, yeah. I thought they traveled with us from the library. for
Trust me, I wrote the recap for those.
Hey guys, I know this is going against like the logic of this, but do you remember how much hotels cost?
One poke.
Free.
That's what I figured you would say.
One Poke Puff.
Yes. Actually, Rose just pays for the room for the two of them in Poke Puffs. It just calls it a day.
That won't work. It's 100 poke each, which is the equivalent to one meal, which actually makes sense based on how healing works.
I got it covered.
Oh, okay.
The powers of teamwork.
The powers of owning a business.
Also that. Speaking of, you get another letter. Don't ask me how the letters work. Calipers works in mysterious ways, but you get another letter.
The letter is waiting in the room that you had not yet booked.
Yeah, somehow they're like, which room number do you want? And despite which one you pick, somehow the letter
Choose
still
your own
gets there.
adventure.
It's a choose your own adventure book, but for every option it gives you the same page number.
Actually, no. You know what? All right. I'm gonna do this. This will be fun. Okay, you can choose room 1, 2, 3, or 4. Let's make it simple here. Behind each one of these is a different letter from Bat.
Oh my god.
There are 2. They go in order. One of them is very good. One of them is good. One of them is bad. One of them is very bad. I'm gonna randomize these, and you pick which door you want.
Okay, here we go. Let me roll a d4.
You can roll a d4 or you can choose to make it that
No.
much more painful when that burdens the business down or something.
4.
Nope, that was the very bad. Honored somehow randomized it, and it actually just came back in the exact order that he said it. Because that is an option.
That is a possibility. That is not what happened. So, you guys get up to your room, relax, calm, cool, and collected. And Rose, you see a letter waiting for you, and it's from BAP. You can tell because it's in their handwriting. What goes over you? My guess is dread, but maybe I'm wrong.
Confusion.
Also,
It's like, I got a letter yesterday. Did you write this the day after you sent it? The other one?
yeah, it's just sent this letter. Immediately something else happens as soon as Pelipper leaves. It's like, oh,
I'm
shit.
gonna get a letter a
This was
day.
2 days later.
But yes, you have another letter from BAP. The letter starts off, "Sorry, boss. I hate to do this without your permission, but I've accepted a deal on behalf of the bakery. We got new business. Yay, good news. It's a swerve. We got a new contract with, I need an institution that makes sense.
The library.
We've opened a new cafe in the library. It's on the ground floor. There's the whatever the equivalent of the, I don't know, Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. It's whatever that equivalent is of the side cafe thingy thing. And you provide the baked goods and or equipment for that location.
It's called the Noble Barn Bakery.
Perfect. Will I remember this? No. Will it somehow play a role in Arc 9? Yes. Now,
I
feel
like
Just
that name
remember
is easy
Barnes
enough
and
to remember.
Noble.
Yeah. It was a pretty straight line, that name.
well, the
Honored
yes,
has never
but I
set
won't-
foot in a bookstore, confirmed.
Look, I've got
Also-
a pattern.
Sure. So congratulations, it's a new contract, a new business, and as a result, yeah, why not? There's a check in the mail.
Heck yeah.
It's for you. Go ahead and roll me a D8.
Oh. I got an 8.
8,000 poke.
$8.
You get your share of the initial advance bonus, whatever you want to call it, which is 800 poke.
A literal
Honored-
8
honored-
US dollars.
Honored, you forgot the zero at the end there.
You get 800. Again, BAP's doing the contract, and this is only good. BAP
See,
did not hire a lawyer.
I knew it was good news when he said sorry, because he always apologizes for having to do more work.
So yay, you profited from going to the hotel.
Yay!
And
Look at
now-
that.
If there's anything else you'd like to do, I'll leave it up to you.
I would like to roll my dice and go to sleep.
I would like to sleep without rolling dice for once.
All right, Mohammed. Kyle has a nice ordinary sleep. Rose, roll your die.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait, that works?
We established this in Arc 6. You can just say it.
No. We established that you could ask to roll. I didn't know you could just say I'm not going to roll.
Can I
and
ask not to
roll.
roll?
Well, if you decide not to roll, then the fate is out of your hands. I rolled it's what, plus smart?
Yes.
So-
Yeah.
So that's 19 plus 1 for a 20.
That's a little dirty 20.
Nothing dirty about my dreams. I have a clean kitchen.
Hello, this is Anaru, the GM, PM, DM of Not a Scratch, and welcome to Not a Scratch Week, where every day this week we'll be having a upload of the main, 5-day weekday sort of thing. Anyway, as always, episodes normally come out on a regular schedule, usually, hypothetically, theoretically. So be sure to follow, subscribe, keep track of things, because I'm going to tell you right now, listen, between you and me, come get close. Listen, we have recorded near the end of the arc at this point, and things get real tense real quick. I know you're thinking, oh, these guys are just floating around, right? No. We get down. We get serious. Business occurs. You get my gist? So, be sure to follow, subscribe to all those things you have to do when supporting a podcast. Share the show with friends, family, loved one, the people next door, the people outside the door, all those folks. And leave a review on your podcasting platform because that helps a lot. You can follow us on socials. I promise eventually those will get up to date. You can follow us on Discord. That's more up to date. And you can follow the website, notascratchcast.com. That's kind of up to date. Depending on when you're listening to this, it's up to date. The big thing that I'm going to announce here is that there's new stuff there. We have these quarterly pins. They used to be monthly and then time occurred, so now they're quarterly. Quarterly pins about various different trinkets and notifications that go on in the region. Pre-orders are available the first month of the quarter. So for the month of June, pre-orders for the newest pin are out now. Those will, by the end of the month, pre-orders will stop. They'll get shipped to me sometime in July, and then we send them out hypothetically by the end of July, if not August. That's kind of how it works there. But the more important thing, I know you might be wondering, the more important thing is something that's exclusively available right now, and this will not be done again. As you may know, as of this episode being released, it is the 5th anniversary of our show. We have been going for 5 years, and I am old. However, because of that, we thought we'd do something really, really cool. And so we have these collectible challenge coins, effectively, a Not a Scratch collectible coin celebrating our 5-year anniversary here. They will only be available now, June of 2025. They're not going to be available at any other time because it doesn't really make sense for that. They might be sold. Maybe if there's really popular demand, we'll extend it throughout the 5th year that is this anniversary. But the only time you can guarantee yourself one of these challenge coins is if you pre-order right now in June of 2025. So I want to let you guys know about that because it's a cool collectible thing that I'm very excited about, and I hope you are as well. Now back to the actual episode at hand, we want to thank Glitch X City for the songs Kirby's Dream Land, the Lo-Fi remix, Vermilion City remix, Pokemon Center themed Lo-Fi Lullaby remix, Mifa remix, and Black and White Relic song remix. We also want to thank Tabletop Audio for the songs Tavern Music and Windswept Plains. We also want to shout out our patrons. Thank you for being a Patreon member, despite the fact that we have kind of been on and off for the past year, I think. Really do appreciate it. If you join the Patreon, you get access to all the old stuff and new stuff, including early access to episodes, which are ad-free, by the way. You don't hear this midsection there. Special behind-the-scenes looks of what goes into the games, and more. You'll also be recognized during the show right here, so thank you to our Patreon members, Ursa93, Eli, Damon Liger, Fennec, Evelyn C., Arming Sword and Buckler, Darkrai Drive, and Teleon Spy. For more information about all of this, you can check out the links in the episode description or contact us on Discord or socials. Now, if you're interested in having a promo on the show for your podcast, reach out to us. However you find us, use any of the links in the description down below. There is a promo here. In fact, I'm going to be sharing this promo for the next couple of episodes here. I've started another podcast. I know you might be thinking, bro, you can't even handle this one. Why are you starting a bunch of other ones? Well, it doesn't really fit any of the topics and avenues that I have currently. I am rewatching the entirety of Detective Conan from the beginning, episode 1 to the modern day. That's over 1,200 episodes as of this point, by the way, give or take. And I'm going to be going through each of those stories, each of those episodes, trying to solve the mystery with Conan. I'm going to see how good of a detective I can be, because I want to dive back into those mystery roots that I've got and that my original YouTube channel was kind of based off of in a way. And so that's available. As of now, it should be available certainly on Spotify. I'm hoping to get it spread out to other podcast networks. It might be available there if you look around for it. You can check that out. In fact, here is the promo right here. Greetings, detectives. My name is Anaru, and I will be your guide through the Detective Conan anime in this series, Detective Conan Case by Case. We will literally be going case by case throughout the entirety of the anime to see how good of a detective we can be, while also having an excuse to rewatch the series from the beginning. Whether you want to practice your detective skills or just want another reason to rewatch the anime, join us as we break down each episode, all the plot significance, detective stories, mysteries, and everything in between. Join me on this adventure wherever you listen to podcasts. You know what? That's a good place to start, actually.
Oh, God.
Weirdly enough. Rose, you go to a nice, deep sleep and wake up in an all too familiar location, because for the first time in a while, you have that dream again.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure you've had this dream while the show has existed, like not arc 0 or episode 0. You've had it during the early part. But this is the dream of you staring out the window, being outside. I forget exactly what it was, with the pavilion and the dancing.
Yeah, so my actual meeting or seeing of Meloetta in the first time or whatever.
And you have the exact same dream. So there they are. If I remember correctly, it was your parents dancing at first, and then it switched to Meloetta or something along those lines. Or it used to
be. What happened was.
What had happened was.
It was late one night. And I saw one of my mother's dancing, and she had the pendant on, and was dancing around, and then a big flash was happening, and Meloetta had like covered my eyes and said, "Not yet." Something like that.
Did you establish what Pokemon your parents were?
That one was an Audino, yeah.
Okay, cool. This works perfectly. So, you have the exact same dream. You're looking out, parents dancing, but it seems like it's starting a bit earlier, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So there's more time in between, and then kind of popping next to you is Meloetta, kind of looking at you. Gives you a nod of like, what's up? Still not speaking. I think that was established previously, right? Meloetta has not spoken yet. If they did, it was in your mind. Imagination, retconning, GM powers.
We communicated via cake batter and
I believe that was I believe that was the case, yes. And they kind of give you a nod like, hey, what's up? It's been a minute.
I wave. Hi.
Oh, they're like next to you. I forget if you're looking out the window or outside the door.
Mm-hmm.
But wherever you are, they're like.
I think I was like hiding behind a tree or something.
Right. Yeah. So Meloetta's kind of like floating a foot above you, or not like a foot above the ground, so slightly taller than you. Looks to you, just this up, watching the dancing and everything like that. Are you gonna say anything, or are you just watching?
I don't think I necessarily say anything, but I maybe instinctively like go to see if the pendant is around my neck. Just like check if it's there.
It is there, yes. It's also around your mother's neck.
Okay.
Over there.
And then I look at Meloetta and like, and point to the necklace like, you know something?
Meloetta looks at your necklace, looks at that necklace, looks at your necklace, looks at that necklace, and then looks back at you with the most sarcastic, shocked face, like, oh my gosh, those are the same thing? What?
I guess I just sigh and then keep watching. Confused as to the extended length of the dream.
They kind of look at you questioningly. Give me an insight on Meloetta. I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Insight is beauty?
I believe so.
Yes.
You think I would know after 4.5 years?
Insight
5
is
years.
wisdom, wisdom is beauty.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. 18 plus 3, so 21.
They are expecting you to ask them a question, and you have not yet asked it. And now they're just kind of looking at you like, you gonna ask me?
What you thinking about?
Meloetta walks away. The dream ends. Game over. Meloetta kind of looks at you and is just like,
what am I supposed to do?
Meloetta points at themselves, being like, wait, are you gonna ask me the question?
And I mean, I had said like, what am I supposed to do?
You said you had a 21?
Yeah.
20.
Okay.
21.
So yeah, I think Meloetta will basically give you the answer. So mom's still dancing in the corner. Like I said, we are pulling early back. And so Meloetta kind of gets on the ground now, and you see them kind of stretch a little bit. And see, now I don't know how it looks, but Meloetta changes forms. Yeah, show me the transfer. What does the anime do for this? I think they just start singing.
I don't know. It depends. I guess depends on what they're changing into. But I think I had them like spinning or something, and like flashy lights as they spin in here.
Yep. Meloetta goes full on magical girl effectively.
I mean, yeah.
But they
That
go
was my
from-
inspiration.
Yeah, they go from what's I don't remember the form names. Green form to orange form.
Arya
Arya
to
forward,
pirouette.
Yeah.
This is why I need to play Gen 5. They go from Arya form to pirouette form. With this, they no longer are floating in the air. They are now firmly on the ground. And then they start doing this thing where they put their hands together, like fingertip to fingertip, almost in a circular shape, and they're just like putting energy into that. If that makes any sense. I'm trying to point this at you, like, see this circle thing, see this ball.
And I guess I try to mimic that.
When you do it, your aura sphere thing starts forming unconsciously. Just
Hmm,
boom! Wow, you're really on top of it today.
Cool.
And then Meloida's like, yeah, like pointing at like thumbs up. You got it. And it puts a hand up like stay like that. Then they transform back out. So now they're back in Arya form. They're floating again, and they point at themselves. As they point at themselves, they look into the ball, and you see them kind of saying, "Let me put myself in the ball." If that makes any sense.
Oh.
They're trying to like show their essence effectively, and just be like, "Look, I put me into the circle."
I guess I try to make a larger ball enough for Meloetta to.
Meloetta's like, no.
into-
How best does Meloetta do this? What would be a good example?
Honorary, don't record and drive. Come on now.
Uh,
That was from my window.
I know it was.
Meloetta kind of takes a step back, like zooming back a bit, and they look at it, and you see their eyes turn blue on the ball. They use a move,
Oh.
and
What-
Meloetta looks at you like, "You get it?"
Do I have a move that is blue?
Meloetta looks like not like I think Meloetta's thinking what you're thinking, and it's like Meloetta nods at, no. I know a move that's blue.
So I'm sure with the roll of a 21, Rose gets it, but I have no clue what's going on.
Okay, sure. I'll say it. Maybe this will help one of you too, because maybe Mohammed's listening in the background. Meloetta uses Psychic on the ball,
That's what I figured it was.
and now inside your ball is like a pink wisp.
Okay.
Meloetta gives a hand up, like, okay, wait, I got it. I know what to do. Snap, they disappear and appear somewhere else. They appear behind you. Snap, they
Uh-huh.
appear now on top of the tree. Snap, they appear in front of your face. Huh? This is basically Meloetta's like.
I just look around confused. Is Rose putting this together? Because I don't know what's going on, like literally out of game. I have
Yeah,
no
with the
clue what you're
21
trying to tell me.
Meloetta's teleporting. So Meloetta looks at the ball that you've got, this blue ball in a circular orb-like format. And after doing their psychic to it, goes 1.
Oh.
Meloetta's like, he points at themselves, puts up 1, and then in their other hand puts up 3, and then puts one of the fingers down.
Do I have a thing that they can put that into?
That's a great question. I don't know what's in your bag.
I have an Invisify orb. I've got 4 Chorin berries. I've
Look
got
at
an
the Chorin
all power up orb. I have
Kyle
a white
doesn't have an
gem.
empty orb, does he? No.
I have one Sorin berry.
I think the issue you had is that you need. Oh, I remember this. Because the issue was you need to be able to empty an orb, which you can't do without shattering. But you know one person that can. The problem is they're in a jail cell somewhere.
Who? What?
Huh?
Because Sandoran was hit.
Oh,
orb by a bad guy team.
right. Yeah.
I forget who. I think it said it was Drapion.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Drapion from AWD knows how to imbue stuff into an empty orb, which is a tactic that is no longer allowed it's illegal. But they did it anyway because, bad guy do bad guy things. And they know how to do it. Nobody else, as far as you know, does know how to do it. They're in a jail cell somewhere else.
Can I make an orb, have Meloetta put a psychic, or make my little orb, have Meloetta put a psychic move into it, and then just hold on to it?
I think Meloetta's... I think Meloetta's like, as long as you get the point,
Well,
I'm here whenever you need me to do that. You just come here to this point. Like, do it in the
Oh.
dream.
Okay.
So Melo's like, look, 1 down. You got 1. And then kind of points off into the distance or not points off in the distance, looks at you and then looks down next to you where there would theoretically be a Trico. Points at that. Points at like the space next to you. And it's like, points at them and then goes number 2. As if to say they know number 2. And then points at both of you and puts up number 3.
We're number 3.
Yes, you are the legendary that needs to put the psychic energy in, despite the fact that neither of you know a psychic move. Actually, wait, do you know a psychic move?
Mm-hmm. I have sent headbutt.
Okay, well, you're not a legendary yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
It would probably
Um,
also shatter the orb.
Also that. But they're basically implying you know one person that can do it. Me, whenever you feel like it. Kyle knows somebody that can do it.
Kyle does?
And both of
Celebi.
you, and then both of you know somebody that can do it.
Yeah, Kyle knows Celebi.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I feel like that relationship's been tested a little bit.
And we either know Manaphy or Kyogre.
we've probably met some other legendaries at some point.
Not together. Unless
Oh,
the Phantom Thief
true.
is a legendary.
True, together,
Which
together.
The Phantom Thief, if it is Hoopa, which it is.
I
And
love
by
what it kinda
Phantom
gives you a
Thief,
look
I
of,
mean
like,
Magician
do you,
Thief.
do you understand me? You got me?
Yes. Rose understood the whole time
And
due
then
to the nature of the dice.
Meloetta, like puts their hand up to their head, like, oh, thankfully.
I
Cool.
forgot what we actually were here for.
I forgot the whole point of this arc at this point. And then Meloetta looks over. It's like, it's almost time. Take a look. And you see the flash, but Meloetta doesn't cover your eyes this time. You can see what happens. And what happens is about what you might expect with the locket happening.
A whole new world.
And as the flash dies down and you see your mother, snap, you wake up. Kyle, you slept well. Anyway, it's the next day.
Honored,
Yo,
I hate you.
thanks. It's the 11th. It's Sunday. It's a bright, shiny new day.
Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Do 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 do. Yeah, now what is my question? It's a bright, shiny new day here on Sunday. It's time to get going.
Yeah, we're
As-
moving.
As you get going, Rose, anything you want to do, say, inform people?
Yeah, I think. Oh, the funny thing is, initially I was gonna be like, well, Rose is just mission focused now. But then I'm like, that's what caused all these issues in the first place. Which is funny.
My,
but-
how the turntables.
They are
Yes.
learning.
I think just like nonchalantly, I guess, randomly as we're walking, Rose is just like, so whenever we get that orb, for the thing to meet the green guy, I know one person who can put some psychic stuff in there.
Kyle just kind of raises eyebrow questioningly as if to say, go on.
And I think you know someone else.
Kyle at this point is like slightly confused.
We just
Has-
have to figure
has-
out who the
has-
third person is.
Has Rose met Celebi?
No.
No.
Okay. So all Rose sees is Kyle like slightly confused, thinking, and then his eyes widen in recognition, and then a look of dread comes over his face. No explanation.
Apparently, we know a third, but I don't know what that means.
Kyle is like Kyle looks down in thought, like clearly trying to rack his brain, and then starts walking down the path because presumably at this point they've packed up all their stuff and
Oh yeah, I think we were already walking.
Yeah,
we're already
you're on-
we're already
you're on
walking. Yeah,
This is
okay,
just
so-
like randomly set on the side.
Yeah, as we're walking. So Kyle like stops for a half second, like grab like from his bag, pulls out the book of myths, and then is just furiously flipping through the pages as he walks.
Give me a smart roll.
14 plus 1. Why do I have an
Ding.
asterisk connect to smart? Oh, is it because
you
that's
can
what I'm
work-
working on now?
I think you're working on it.
Okay, yeah, 15.
Cool. I've already forgotten how we established like how to improve things because I feel like we redid that and I can't remember what
Yeah, I can't remember.
We
what
did
it is
something because it bumped my beauty up to a 3 from a 2.
Well, we established like how to improve things. Like we have a whole game with that, but I can't remember what it was.
either. Yeah, I can't
Roll
remember. for life of me.
that.
Probably not that.
Yeah, it's some variation of roll that die.
Die, clearly.
This
We're
entire
rolling
game
dice.
is roll that die.
Yeah.
15.
Name of game is roll die.
Can you both do me a favor and list off what's in your bag?
Alright. I feel like Daisy already did this for Rose, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Otter, do you need the refresher?
Yes. You don't have to give how many, just what's in there.
My bag is full, but I've got Chorin berries, an all power up orb, the Fiondu, Pecha berry, Pecharunt, a rarey berry. Oh my gosh. A white gem, an Invisify orb, a mind gem, a Soren berry, and Dr. Professor Berry's berry planter.
What gems are those again? What are
A
those
white
gems?
gem and a mind gem.
Yeah, but what are those gems?
Eh.
Those are, I assume those aren't the Gen 5 held item gems. No, we know this. It's not those. I forget what those gems are. Anyways, Kyle has apple, energy seed, huge apple, cherry berry, orange berry, reviver seed, citrus berry, papachata berry, dragon device, frozen rock, legendary deck, golden mask, book of bits, and soren berry.
Why would? Okay, I'm trying to remember old plot points and it's not working. Why did I give you the mind gem?
Oh.
It is mind gem, right? Maybe
It
I-
says mind gem,
Mind gem and white gem.
and there's no information about them.
I know what the white gem is, but yeah, they're not moves. I know that much. Do you remember when that was? Just for my future's sake.
Absolutely not.
What's it in between?
Oh,
'Cause I assume you went in order.
Invisify orb and Soren berry. But I don't think I went in order necessarily because I've been moving berries around.
No, okay. All right.
It most likely was something I think that I picked up on that very incredible roll that die game on the way to Mega Crystal Steelix, but I don't know. Or no, that would be my thought. Or from wait, does Kyle have a mind gem thing too?
Kyle has no gems.
Is this the thing that lets us talk to the dancer?
That's what it is. Yes.
Oh,
Yes!
yeah. You're
That's
so
what
right.
it is.
Good job, brain.
Okay.
What a
That makes
fool.
sense.
What's the white gem then?
Who knows?
Okay. The white gem, at least, I can answer that. That happened in solo episode.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Like the one just now.
then things are not in order.
Okay, but I know what that does. All right, cool.
I
We
have
talked to the
no
dancer who
clue.
we have not talked to in a year. All right, so that okay, cool. That reestablishes some things.
Kyle was flipping through book.
Okay, cool. We can clear some things up here. So you are continuing on your quest to be the best, etc., etc. You're flipping through the book. Your smart roll was a pass, right? It was a pass.
Yes. It was
Okay.
50.
You scroll through it and you find you can go ahead and search this up if you feel like. You find a sorted list of all legendaries based on type. So feel free to look at all of the legendaries.
I can't be bothered. I know them off memory.
Sure, if you say so.
No, I don't.
Here, you want a link? I can give it to you.
Yes, a link would be helpful for our
Use
list
that.
because I know the Cerebi
Just use the Sarah one.
lists, but that's not sorted by type.
You can control F it. Maybe. Can you?
Can you even?
You cannot. Never mind.
Yeah, you can't. All right. So once again, we're just doing the thing where instead of scroll. Okay. All right, we're scrolling.
Yeah, you'll want to use that because this Bulbapedia doesn't have it by type either.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Wait, Bulbapedia might. Hold on.
I just searched. It doesn't.
Hold on.
Here you go. Here's one that works.
Special Pokemon on Bulbapedia. Oh, they don't have their types listed with them? That's weird.
The link I just sent works. You can control F it.
Bro, what is this page? Legendary Pokemon, but groups, types. Does this actually include all the legendaries though? That I don't know.
Oh, maybe not actually, because I don't think mythicals are in here as well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look at the Cerebi list, and I'm going to, because it didn't show any mythicals. I'm gonna go through the Cerebi list, and I'm gonna rattle off names.
Read the book.
We haven't met Latios and Latios. We haven't met the Lake Guardians. We haven't met Cresselia.
Tapu Fini?
Tapu Fini's water. Tapu Lele.
Oh, right, fairy.
Tapu Lele's psychic, which we have not met Tapu Lele. Is there a psychic type Ultra Beast?
No.
Is there really no psychic type Ultra Beast? That's wild. Huh. Cool. Yeah, and then we haven't met Monkey Dory. We haven't met Mewtwo. We haven't met Lugia. We haven't met Palkia.
Why bring up Palkia?
Palkia is... Oh, you're right. It's not psychic. My bad.
Well, we're not just looking for psychic type Pokemon, right? Because it's just moves.
Oh my. Okay. All right.
Right? Because
Well,
Meloetta's
then
not a psychic type.
Meloetta is.
Oh, no, it is normal psychic. Yeah.
Yeah.
But Pirouette form is normal.
Fighting. Ooh. But Otter's hints make it sound like we've met a psychic type legendary together. Not one of the Alola ones. No, don't tell me it's not. Okay.
It's our favorite.
Oh my god, right! The little guy! I forgot little guy was a psychic type. Nice!
We're at a hotel too.
Yeah,
Well,
great. Sweet.
You've left the hotel.
Oh darn. We gotta
And as
go
you're
back.
approaching a river, you see in
But we
front of
don't
you,
have an orb! Otter, stop taunting us!
you see in front of you a giant wheel and two Pokemon sitting next to it.
Time to side quest, off of our side quest, off of our side quest, off of our main quest.
Correctamundo, but we can do so in the next episode because that's the end of this one.
Aww.
Haha. Kind of a. Alright, well, let's do this properly. And the Pokemon turns around, sees you, and goes, well, if it isn't my favorite V-Wheel contestant. And then we end the episode.
See, you know how to do the character voices. You just didn't want to do it for Titan. You don't
Well,
respect
Victini has a
Titan at all.
distinct voice.
That's one voice that's not the same as the others.
That is true. Victini is like no one else. That's the end of the episode. Yay, we did it.
Oh my goodness, we did it. We got
did it.
there.
Cool. It took us 10 hours to figure out what the Mind Gem was. A thing that I don't know why I gave it to you. You have not used it. Nor do I think there's any reason for you to have used it.
We've also both met Hoopa.
Imagine that.
Dun dun
Hoopa's like, hey, let me help you out here, bro.
And we've both met the magician.
You know what would
bee.
be incredibly funny? You know what would be incredibly funny?
I mean,
And I'm not saying... Actually, I'm going to save this for the postgame.
Well, if you want to figure out what Muhammad's thinking about, you can check out the postgame episode, which is available on the Patreon, maybe now. It depends on what day you're listening to this. But that is the end of this episode and all the joys that come with it. I have been your host, your PM, your DM, your GM, Anaru himself.
I've been Muhammad, and I feel bad for paywalling my thoughts.
I have thoughts too.
And those are also going to be
Daisy.
paywalled. Thanks for listening. Until next time, be sure to remember exclusive content on the Patreon. Yeah, sure, we'll make the outro an ad.
I only
Advertising.
wanted to save time in this episode. I wanted to let y'all go about your day.
That's the reason. Sure.
Oh, I thought I was going to get cut off there. That's awkward.
It's up to you to determine what Muhammad's thoughts were. Put them in the Discord chat.
I mean, I think it's pretty straightforward, but... Why are we still recording?